So this video, we're gonna go over how I like to make my coffee. Now, we all know with coffee, there's many different varieties and many different ways. You can just go with iced coffee, you could make, a cappuccino, you could make hot coffee, you could make macchiatos. I mean, there's just a variety and you're gonna have your own choice. I personally like doing cold brew coffee. I like my coffee cold. I'm not really a hot guy. Do I drink hot coffee? Yeah, every once in a while. But I definitely like my cold more. And I usually do cold brew just because it's super easy to make ahead of time and it has more punch because it sits there and it soaks in the grinds and it makes the concentrate more potent. So you get more of a caffeine rush when you do it. I only have coffee maybe 3-4 times a week. I don't want to become an individual that has to require it to function off it, but I do love the benefits that I get when I do eat it or drink it. I guess you don't really eat coffee. So I'm going to show you how I make my cold brew. So if you go on Amazon, there are different cold brew makers you can make, but usually it consists of a pitcher that has some kind of micro filter. So it's some really small holes that can hold the grounds but lets the water seep in to make it become a concentrate. And then just the lid on this one that comes with it. When you do this one, it requires 14 to 16 tablespoons of coffee grounds. So coffee, not the beans, but the grounds. All right, so if you fill it up, you would put 14 or 16 in here, okay? I'm gonna not show you that because I'll take forever, but if you eyeball it, I already know from experience here that it's gonna be about 3/4 of the way up. So eventually down the road, if you don't want to always use a tablespoon, you can just eyeball it, make you a little more quicker and make you a little more efficient with it. If you like it and you really are precise about your recipe of grounds to water ratio, then make sure you take the time and you measure it out. I usually don't. I just fill it up 3/4 on this thing, gets up here, and then you add the water to the pitcher and it says 32 ounces or about 3/4 of the container. So it just makes it much quicker. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put in about 15 more scoops here. And then when I come back, I'm going to screw this on the top so the grounds will be stuck in there. Fill this up 3/4 of the way, put it down, and then shake it up. Leave it in the fridge for 12 to 24 hours. I usually do 24 hours before I use it. And then I have my cold brew done for the week. And then I only do about 8 ounces at a time. I don't need a ton because it is so potent. So I will come back after I fill it up, put some water in and shake it up, and you guys can see what the final product looks like. Okay, so now I added the coffee grounds into the filter. The 14 to 16 tablespoons there, and then I filled it up, the water, to the level of about 3/4, and then you can see if you go there is the coffee grounds just naturally rise when they get the water initially added, but we need the whole water to get soaked and concentrated with the coffee grounds, so we got to kind of create like a washing machine and get the water moving to mix it up. Make sure that your top is tightened when you do it, so you don't spill anything. And once you do this and run it through, the water's just gonna run through the coffee grounds, it's gonna absorb it, and that's gonna make it the concentrate that we want. So there's more science behind coffee. It's actually a really cool, a lot of cool science behind it. I actually did a tour down in Colombia when I was visiting one time about the temperatures and the different beans and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna get into any of that, but I know that people will say if you want to use like a certain hot water and you can pour the hot water in it right away, that can change the flavor. Like I use filter water versus tap water. Is there a huge difference? I don't really think so, but you can do that. That's what I choose to do. So there's all that kind of stuff. You can use whatever coffee grounds you want, whatever flavor. You use Caribou. It's a Minneapolis-based company that I really enjoy here. I'll take it over Starbucks. And then once I make I pour it for the day, I usually mix in either a little chocolate milk as my creamer or just like some heavy cream to add a little flavor. I don't really put any sugar in any of my coffee. I don't need that extra sugar in it for the taste, even though it does taste good. Every once in a while, if I go to Starbucks or Caribou, I will get a little more of a foo-foo sweet drink. But at home, I keep it simple. I make it quick like this. This took me less than a minute to make, other than the fact that I was talking with you. I have it ready. I said I only do about 8-ounce pours, so it gets me 3-4 for sure throughout the week. Got a little punch to it because it's cold brew, and I love it. It's easy, quick, and that's how I do my coffee, and it's much cheaper than going out and buying from Caribou or whatever, Dunkin', all that good stuff out there. All right, hope you guys use this or whatever other coffee you like. Prep it ahead of time. It makes it a lot easier, a lot more efficient, and saves you money.